All right, joined now by Mercer men's basketball head coach Ryan Ritter. Coach, welcome to Macon. I guess first question, maybe a lot of people from outside the state don't know about Mercer, but as I understand it, you did know about Mercer for maybe a couple coaching cycles here. You've had your eye on this job for a little while now.
Yeah, very familiar with Mercer. Obviously, grew up in a basketball household and had actually competed against Mercer back in 2010-11, and I always thought it was a special place. And then when this thing opened up, 5 or so years ago, I always was a dream to be here. And at that time, probably just didn't have enough experience. And so worked my way up, won another couple championships, and here we are, 2024, having an opportunity to be the Mercer University head men's basketball coach.
A lot of success at UT Martin. What is maybe one of the keys to bringing success from one mid-major program to another?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that go into winning and having a successful program, but it really is about people. And I think when you look and the game's changing a little bit, and you hear all these buzzwords, but one thing that hasn't changed is genuine relationships with young men, with the student athletes we're recruiting, but also bringing in a quality staff that has the same goals and still impacting young people the way that even through the game of basketball is probably the biggest thing for us.
What are some of the things that you maybe learned during your time at UT Martin that you'll bring here?
Yeah, I think every job you take, it's got its different things, negatives, positives, but really finding your niche and how to win, how to create a successful championship program at that particular university. So I think going from Bethune-Cookman University, where we were able to win a championship, to going to University of Tennessee Martin in rural West Tennessee, you have some non-negotiables, but you have to have a flexible approach. And I think what Martin had taught me is just finding the niche of your program and where you're at Mercer University, Macon, Georgia, and being able to find out what can help bring a championship and a successful program here.
This is a program that had some ups, had some downs. I know you got a few players maybe hanging around. For players that were recruited by another staff, and now you come in here, what is that process like?
Well, there's a lot of moving parts. Obviously the transfer portal, such a buzzword right now, but so get the job in mid-March, and you're having individual conversations with everybody on the current roster. Some guys that had already entered the portal, some guys that were thinking about it, and just being very transparent. Seeing, telling them who we are and what our program's about, and seeing if it might be a good fit from their end, but might be a good fit from our end as well. And so the guys that we had really targeted about, trying to give us an opportunity to coach them, just developing a organic relationship. Trying to not force them into a decision, but getting to know them and obviously them getting to know us.
What is a Ryan Ritter program going to be about? If you had to bullet point it about a few maybe important things for your program.
Well, I think from a program standpoint, we talk about maximizing the student, person, player, and whatever that looks for each individual. But getting them to maximize in those three areas. And then I think when you talk about on the court, we're going to be tough, we're going to be together, and we're going to be unselfish. And I think the style of play can kind of fluctuate. However many threes you make fluctuates, but tough together and unselfish on that court.
Who is Coach Ritter the person? What do people need to know about you as the coach, maybe away from the court?
I love my family. I'm married up in this world. I got an unbelievable, beautiful wife. I've got 3 daughters. I love spending time with my family. Obviously, it's tougher being a Division I head men's basketball coach. The time constraints are real, but I cherish that. That's probably the thing. If you walked out of here and you asked my staff, hey, tell me something about Coach, they say, man, he loves his family.
Awesome. To use one of those buzzwords, I mean, obviously NIL and the portal, such big deals right now. When it comes to recruiting, oftentimes you're recruiting based on, you're selling your product and maybe not much else than that. What has that process been like for you, with your previous stops at other mid-major schools, and how do you plan to recruit here?
Well, I think I kind of alluded to this earlier, is it really does start with relationships. And, obviously we've got some nice resources here and unbelievable facilities, great leadership. But I've been at some spots that maybe weren't as well resourced. And, being a junior college coach for 4 years, you kind of figure out what you can sell. And I think it always goes back to selling the student athlete experience. And, whether you play 30 minutes a night for us or play 2 minutes a night, we're going to love on you, we're going to coach you hard, and we're going to try to get you to be the best student, person, player you can. And that's the forefront of everything we do. That's the backbone. Obviously, the added NIL piece and the things that are changing today, they're important. I'm not going to run from that, but I do think that the relationship begins organically with us and our staff.
When people think of Mercer basketball, I think a lot of people think about upsetting Duke in 2014 in the NCAA tournament. What is it going to take for this program, maybe not to beat another Duke, but to get one of those maybe marquee moments again?
Well, I think we're on track. I think we've hired a great staff. We've got great leadership. They're giving us opportunities to recruit really good players here. And the Southern Conference is one of the best mid-major conferences in the country. So I don't think you can in year 1 or 2 look at wins and losses and say, hey, we've arrived or we're falling short. But I think it's just an everyday process of building a program where you're not surprised when you have those marquee wins, and for us it's not cutting corners, it's getting the right people in here, and then coaching them really hard, and I believe winning falls in place after that.
Got a few rapid fire questions if you're good for it.
Let's do it.
Defense or offense?
Defense.
3-pointer or take it to the rack?
Oh man, I'd have to say 3-pointer after last year.
That's right. Traveling, suits or sweats?
Sweats.
Love it. Pre-game playlist, what's Coach listening to?
Brian Kelly.
Okay.
Brian Kelly. We grew up with him. Beach Cowboy. It's my daughter's favorite songs.
Awesome. Love it. Your number one pet peeve as a coach?
Number one pet peeve, just I love our guys to over communicate. Whether it's good, bad, let's all be on the same page. Let's be truth tellers and let's communicate effectively. And a lot of times that's the root of a problem. It's also the cause for the goods and the bads of a program. So I think when we over communicate and everyone's on the same page, I think you can figure out anything.
All right. Controversial one for the South here. Fried food or fresh food?
All food. I'll go fresh food right now.
Have we found any spots yet in Macon?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've been to the Rookery, been to Oliver's, been to those are my two that stick out right now.
Few different spots. Coach said she's kind of finding some spots from the different recruits that'll come in, and they say they want to eat this, they want to eat this. So she'll go where the recruits want to go. Do you find that a little bit too?
Yeah, we usually say, hey, what's your favorite spot? What's your favorite food? We've been to Margaritas quite a bit, been to Amici's. Again, we're definitely making our mark around Macon right now.
That's right. Anything else that you want to talk about to the Mercer fans, or talk about what this program is going to be about?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, I've said it once, I've said it twice, you'll hear me 100 times, is genuine relationships, and looking forward to getting the Mercer faithful out here, looking forward to packing this arena and putting a product out there that one, you're going to enjoy watching because of the way we play, but I also think you're going to enjoy the guys that we have on campus, guys that represent Mercer, guys that represent Macon, and so just can't wait to get ingrained in the community and feel this place pack up and know that we have a product out there you can be proud of.
No doubt. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, you bet.